Yo, how's it going, guys, and welcome back for another intro video to 𝐿Pixel. So I've got so many PMs on my Discord and everybody asking more about the server and if you can join my faction and so much more. So in today's video I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a little bit more around what 𝐿Pixel really is. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description for my faction where you can actually go ahead and recruit for it right now. I do want to say that I'm not gonna just pick absolutely everyone. It's most likely gonna be someone that I might be familiar with or have played with before, or maybe you just made a very good application. But I will be recruiting throughout the entire map. So if you go ahead and join 𝐿Pixel on the 12th at 2 PM EST, make your own faction, and just maybe I will invite you throughout the map, seeing if you get rich or not, or if you're good at PvP and stuff like that. All that needs to be assessed before inviting someone. But there you are, guys. I'm gonna leave an application or a link to my Discord down below, and go ahead and dig right into this video. Alright, so first of all, one thing that's been talked a lot about is cannoning. There's going to be no parity on the server, which means a lot of the cannons that you might be familiar with is not gonna work. It doesn't mean the cannon doesn't work. Cannons do indeed work. It is just basic vanilla cannoning, which means you can make a 1.20 survival single player world right now and make a cannon and it would work on 𝐿Pixel, alright? There's no parity. We don't allow 255 stackers and you have to check every 2 seconds and have a big fat sand wall all the way around your buffer, and there's no 8 hours forcing because those cannons just don't exist yet. And I am saying it does not exist yet because I am sure that someone out there will be able to make one. If not, I'm probably gonna try myself too. Next one is gen buckets. There's going to be absolutely no gen buckets here on 𝐿Pixel, and that obviously follows along with not cannoning really being that OP anymore, which means gen buckets would simply just be too overpowered since cannoning is very limited until people figure it out. Now all of this right here can change in future maps. I'm not gonna go ahead and decline that, but for now there's no need for gen buckets, which means you need to go ahead and make your walls the old traditional way. Withers will also be enabled later in the map. They will not be available right from the get-go. They are going to be available throughout the map though, but withers are really tricky, guys. The withers are not easy to raid with. It's not like you can just spawn one in and go through absolutely everything and GG. That is actually not how it works. It is pretty difficult to raid with a wither, so don't worry about that. And they're also extremely rare. It's not something that you just spawn in, and there's probably gonna be maybe a few of them available at all times. So it is very rare to get one of those withers. You can't spawn it in naturally. You do need an egg for it to spawn, and the egg is not even implemented yet. It's going to be implemented about halfway into the map or something like that. And again, extremely rare. Nether raiding and insiding is also a thing, so you don't have to worry about rules about insiding. You don't have to worry about other stuff like that. Everything that is, like, we have limited rules, guys. You can do pretty much anything. Just make your creative go crazy. Make sure that you invite people into your faction that you actually trust. If somebody forgot to claim the nether, you can raid them. I'm gonna leave a link down in the description to how you can claim your nether. But it's a really OG feeling with very limited rules, because nowadays you can't take a piss without breaking a rule on competitive factions, and that needs to change. So yeah, there is a lot of things on 𝐿Pixel that is allowed. As I said, it is very limited rules. It's very OG. You can do whatever you want, guys. Whatever you want that is not restricting the rules, obviously, already. You can hack and stuff like that, make the server lag or whatever. But if you want to go ahead and actually get into somebody's base by nether portaling, you can do that. If you want to come up with some crazy new defense for your base, guess what? You can do that. There's no rules reflecting it. There is a 20 chunk buffer though, so you might want to pay attention to that. And as I said, the wither is very rare, if not almost impossible to get, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Basically, a wither is only really worth spawning in if the faction base that you're trying to raid is very rich, alright? Now that is taken care of, I do also want to mention that the store crit it is, the Minecraft funds or whatever, is also available in game. So if I go and go what's it called, survival right here, so you can actually get the funds in here. You can get them in different crates. So if you do admin menu right here, let's go over to this one. So you can actually get 1,000 funds in this futurology stash. There's different ways to get funds, so you don't actually have to spend money to get stuff. There's also plenty of commands, as I told you in the last video, that you can actually just go and get. You can get /eat and stuff like that, /p time. So there's plenty of commands you can get without spending a single cent. This right here is all the ranks, so if you want to go ahead and take a look at this right here, you can just go ahead and stop the video if you want to do that. But that's basically all the permissions that you can get. The top rank is called Ravager, and the bottom rank is called Scout. And basically, you get more and more permissions whenever you get up there. But this right here is the Ravager. You basically get unlimited homes as well. But don't worry, guys, you can get more homes. You can get a lot of stuff already by just opening up crates or getting stuff or taking part of events and stuff like that. I did also talk to a few people that was talking a little bit more about alchemy. So if you do /skills right now, you can go in here. You can actually go ahead and brew, if you're high rank enough, health boost, blindness, saturation, wither, resistance, and stuff like that. So going up into different MCMO abilities is actually worth it. You can also go into acrobatics if you have 2k or 1k, or I'm pretty sure it's 2k. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 2k. You get a 100% chance to dodge your roll, which means you no longer take fall damage at all. For the mining, if you're 2k in mining, you don't take any TNT damage at all, which is a huge plus. But yeah, it is pretty much casual factions. You can do whatever you set your mind through. There is faction permissions, so you are able... Oh, I need to be in a faction to do that. I kind of get that. But there is faction permissions, so you can go ahead and set your permissions to what you want people to be able to do in your factions. So there is ways, there's even F-logs, so you can actually go ahead and check if somebody does something in your faction. You can check what it is. So insiding is obviously a lot harder than it used to be, so you can actually catch people in the act and stuff like that. But yeah, you can choose what you want them to do. You can check all the logs, who took money out, who placed blocks, who mined spawners, and so on and so on. So I guess insiding is a lot more difficult than it used to be. There's also been talk about adding faction shields, and that is not going to be a thing, as there's literally no rules that prevent you from protecting your stuff while you log out. Now, obviously, there is some restrictions to whenever you have a lot of value, which means it's gonna take a while to mine all your stuff and be costly and whatever. So mining your spawners at night might not be the right choice for big factions, but for small factions, you can definitely mine your stuff at night, and you don't need to be on 12 hours a day to check your walls every 2 minutes, because as I said, there is going to be very limited cannons, and they're basically how you start to raid people in the start is just killing people or finding a way into the base with /fireball or creeper eggs or whatever. There's also no chunk busters, which means if you need to trench out your buffer, you're gonna have to do it with pickaxes. This right here is a 3x3, but we are considering adding more major pickaxes later on, or you can go back to the very old time where you actually TNT trenched your entire buffer. I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that, to be honest. TNT is so much cheaper than having to go ahead and actually hand mine all of this down. There's countless of ways to make money. You can do it through cactus, bamboo, sugarcane, melons. You can sell mob drops, obviously, from spawners. There's so many possibilities you're not gonna imagine, dude. There's so much stuff. You can even go to mining. If your mining is high enough, you can make a quick buck out of that. And let's start talking real here, guys. So the reason I've done what I've done, and the reason I've pretty much took distance from anything competitive, meaning no gen buckers, chunk busters, rotating, 2-sec cannoning, fucking 30-second check wall, all that stuff, I'm gonna take a distance from that and try something completely else. This right here is more about having an absolute blast with your friends, PvPing and making small bases, raiding each other, and just having fun than grinding out on a base for 8 hours to check every 2 minutes just to get rolled back if you raid or whatever. I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to have a good time doing my own thing, collecting items, PvPing, and just having a fun time, man. That's all I ask. Hopefully there's some people out there that have the same vision as me, just chilling out, doing your own thing. There's no restrictions. You can be as creative as you want and come up with new wall designs and stuff like that. You can do whatever, man. Just do whatever. But yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick because I do know some of you are probably gonna PM me saying that this is probably the worst mistake that I ever made, as the server won't get as popular if I made 1.8 gen buckets or whatever. It's just, I just don't want to do that right now, guys. I just want to chill, have a good time, and in the end, I think this is most likely gonna be more popular as more and more people change to newer versions. And people are gonna start realizing how much fun this server actually can be if you just settle down and don't have to worry about checking walls every 2 minutes. And that's basically everything I got to say. Hopefully you're having an absolutely fantastic day. If you have any more questions, leave a comment down below. But other than that, my name is Dexter, and I'm out.